my dear CEOs and fellow hamsters. Today I'm reacting to some big money talk. First up, we've got the tale of a guy who bought 3 Bitcoins to get even richer, but lost everything. Then, we're diving into how Mr. Handsome, aka Ryan Reynolds, went from Hollywood heartthrob to billionaire genius. Spoiler alert, it's not his acting that made him all that cheddar. Ready to roll in? Let's do this. We're diving into a story that's like rolling your hamster ball down a hill. You think it's gonna be fine, but suddenly, it veers off. This tale involves a few shiny Bitcoins, a sprinkle of high hopes, and a huge fail. Ready for a facepalm? Let's check this story out.
I bought 3 Bitcoins. In 2021, they hit $60,000, and I sat down with a friend who was all in on Bitcoin. He said by 2025, it'll be $500,000 a coin, and by 2030, it'll be $1 million a coin. And so he was like, you are doing your kids a disservice if you don't buy each of them a coin. We have 3 kids, and so I went and bought each one of them. Then literally over the next 6 months, it dropped down to under 20. And so then I ended up selling it about 30.
You're one of them.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wait, you bought not 1, not 2, but 3 Bitcoins and then just let them roll off a cliff once they barely bounce back to 30? Classic human move. Next time, maybe stick to snacks and cozy hideouts, okay? But seriously, sorry for your loss, man. Maybe next time you'll wait for that $500,000 mark. Now we're about to learn how Ryan Reynolds turned fast thinking into a fast fortune. Turns out his secret to success isn't just those killer looks, heartthrob style, or acting talent. It's something way cleverer and way faster. Let's dive into this wild ride of billion-dollar ideas.
Ryan Reynolds is now a billionaire, but it's actually not from acting. It's from this one thing that he calls fast advertising. So what he basically does is he bought a digital marketing company, and he said, for all the companies that I buy, you're going to take whatever's happening in the news and you're going to immediately create ads surrounding it. Peloton, for instance, where the chick was in the ad and her husband bought her an exercise bike and everybody was freaking out. Within 48 hours, Ryan's company had casted a script, shot an ad for his company, drafting off of this little story that was happening, stole all of their attention, and got a ton of sales. So that's Ryan's secrets to success. It isn't actually that he has millions of followers, it's that he took attention and fast execution and put them together to create billion-dollar brands again and again and again.
Making an ad in 48 hours is like a lifetime in hamster years, isn't it? But seriously, who knew Ryan Reynolds wasn't just a pretty face? If I could do that, I'd own an entire mansion by now. But I can't, and that's pretty sad. So support this cute hamster by dropping some comments below. Thanks for watching, my fellow Kryptoniacs. For more insights, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. And remember, hamsters are power. One for all, and all for one. Bye. Hey, Crypto Crew! Miss me? Hope so, cause I've lined up a few vids to tackle the age-old question. What's the best tool to build wealth? Well, perk those ears up. Here's a golden nugget I picked up from the pros. Check it out.
If you spend $5 on your morning coffee on the way to work, $15 on a nice lunch from the food truck, $4 on overpriced transport, $2 on a sweet treat, and $1.40 on unwanted subscriptions, then that's the same as spending $10,000 every single year. Instead, you could brew your coffee at home for 50 cents, travel more economically for half the price, make a packed lunch for $4.50, go without the sweet treat, and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, which will save you $7,810 every year. Then if you invest that money in a low-cost index fund with an average return of 8% per year, in 30 years, you'd have over $1 million.
A strategy worth noting, right? Personally, I'm not ready to give up the nutty coffee they sell at work. Maybe I'll learn to make it at home and bring it along. How do you save money, friends? Share in the comments. However, there's also a view that the main goal isn't just to save as much money as possible, but to find ways to multiply it. Let's listen in.
Really, really rich people do not think about saving. They think about, how can every one of my dollars be more productive? People who are saving think, how can I not spend anything? People who are earning and growing think, how can I make every dollar that I spend bring friends when it comes back to me? And I think that's the material
Multiplying
difference.
it.
Right. As opposed to just, can I just save it over here under the mattress?
Wow, Actually, my savings do help when they're under the mattress. They keep me warm during winter hibernation. But now, I might buy some filler instead and invest the cash in something that'll net me more nuts. Don't miss new episodes to always stay ahead, and remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one. See you.